Hey scumbags, this is Andrew Fantasia with part 2 of my Truth in Legends Star Wars theory, brought to you by Rebel Scum podcast. In part 1 we talked about Grand Admiral Thrawn, and what a sexy blue man he was and how much potential he has moving forward. Now, we're going to talk about a second Legends character, one who I think is going to make an even bigger splash in the Star Wars universe, and that character is a lady by the name of Mara Jade. Or is it Mara Jade? Mara, I don't know. You know what? Say it however the hell you want. I'm going to call her Mara because that sounds cool. Mara Jade was also introduced in the Thrawn trilogy of novels. Mara was a very unique character because she was what was called the Emperor's Hand. Mara was handpicked by Emperor Palpatine himself at a very young age because he could sense she was strong in the Force, and she is. And he used Mara as sort of his not Sith apprentice per se. She was never supposed to be a runner-up for Vader, but he used her more like a secret agent. She was like 007 to Palpatine's M. He would send her on covert missions across the galaxy using her Force powers in complete secrecy to, further his evil, nefarious Sheev machinations, which he had a lot of them, by the way. Now, in Return of the Jedi, when Luke and Vader and Palpatine are having their three-way smackdown and all this fighting is going on, and then Palpatine gets thrown off the edge into the reactor and he dies, Palpatine sent one last message to Mara Jade via the dark side of the Force, and that message was a very loud and clear 5 words: "You will kill Luke Skywalker." That's right, those were his last words imparted to Mara through the Force before the Emperor passed on from this world and moved on to that great big Death Star in the sky. And since that happened, because Mara's connection through the Force to Palpatine was so strong, Mara kept on feeling that anger and hatred of Palpatine's in her own head. Mara Jade hated Luke Skywalker without having ever met him, just because of Palpatine's final words. When we meet Mara in the book, she is a smuggler. She's this cool smuggler who's got Force powers, and she's kind of living on the edge. She's like a female Han Solo. But the second somebody drops Luke Skywalker's name, she switches on a dime. She curls up with hatred, and she can't wait to kill him. That's all she can think about. She's fascinated by killing Luke Skywalker because Palpatine's last words in her mind were, "You must kill Luke Skywalker." Now, it's crazy how far Mara goes in this. She is absolutely determined to do this, even though she has nothing really against Luke. She hasn't even met him. He's a nice dude. It even gets to the point where Mara tells Leia to her face, "Hey Leia, I'm gonna kill your brother. FYI, just might want to be prepared for that." That takes balls. I wouldn't say that to Princess Leia's face. She would smack me down. But Mara doesn't care because she's so enveloped in the dark side that the Emperor has cloaked her in. And it made her character so fascinating because it was almost like she was a schizophrenic. Throughout the entire Thrawn trilogy, Mara is hearing Palpatine's voice in her head, commanding her in his sultry baritone, "You will kill Luke Skywalker." And imagine hearing that in your mind, screaming with pure fury in your mind, day in and day out. It's enough to drive anybody insane. Which is what I loved so much about Mara Jade. She had this inner conflict going on inside of her. She was like a thunderstorm, building and building, and you never knew just when she was going to explode. And if she did, would she act out on Palpatine's final orders and kill our beloved Luke Skywalker? Or would she defy her old master and turn over a new leaf? Now, spoilers, she does the second thing. But the reason I'm bringing up Mara Jade in this video is, like I said, I believe there is some truth to Legends. Just as I posited that Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to open up the floodgates of Legends characters in a big way, I think that Mara Jade is the next step in that evolution. Remember, Lucasfilm Story Group can cherry pick all the good parts of Legends, iron them out, and repackage them to us as something new because they have been given a second chance with new canon. I think that Mara Jade not only will be introduced to us in new canon, but already has been. The only twist is, she's not called Mara Jade anymore. She's now someone by the name of Rey. That's right, boys and girls, I just went there. I think that Rey is a repurposing, a proxy, if you will, of Mara Jade. See, Rey, we don't know too much about her except for 2 crucial things. One, that she's strong in the Force, and two, that she probably has met Luke or Snoke at some point, and even that's up in the air. That is the same position where we first met Mara Jade. We know she's strong in the Force, we know she has connections to the old Jedi and Sith, but we're not really sure with whom and how. Now, obviously, Rey does not hate Luke Skywalker. In fact, when she hears his name, she just gets all giddy inside, as we all do. However, I am part of the camp that believes that Rey's lineage can be traced back to Palpatine himself. I think Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. And if that's the case, Rey would have that darkness in her bestowed upon her by Palpatine, the same darkness that Mara had, except Rey's would be stronger even because it's her family. Again, take part of Legends that was great, make it even stronger. Imagine that moment when Rey finds out, oh my god, the worst man who ever lived was my grandfather. All of that darkness and turmoil and conflict swelling inside of her would create so much conflict in her mind, it would be insane. She would become such a fascinating character, but also a ticking time bomb. And if Palpatine had imbued her with his own evil Sith fury the way he did with Mara Jade, maybe that's why Luke or whoever sent her away, because she had that in her. Who knows, maybe a 6-year-old Rey was running around screaming, "I will kill Luke Skywalker," because her grandfather commanded it so. This goes back to the theory given to us by Fatty Fan Theories, who is a huge contributor to Rebel Scum podcast, by the way. Fatty Fan Theories suggests that Rey would kill Luke Skywalker in Episode 8. I don't know if that's the case or not, but if Rey is indeed a proxy for Mara Jade, then why the hell not? I mean, after all, Mara Jade's mantra, the 5 words that were screaming through her head for an entire trilogy of books was, "You will kill Luke Skywalker." So, Mara Jade, Rey, same person? Maybe? Illuminati confirmed? I don't know. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but that's the beauty of truth in Legends. Cherry-picking those little bits and pieces, giving them to us under a different face, opens up a whole world of potential. I mean, who knows? There could be other Legends characters on the way right now with a new face, a new name, a new backstory, but a similar spine that makes them what they were before. Hell, for all we know, they might already be here. Also, if you Google Mara Jade and look under Google Images, there's a lot of images where she's wearing a certain pair of goggles that look a lot like Rey's goggles. Just saying, Illuminati confirmed. So, what do you think, scumbags? Agree, disagree? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think Rey's crazy? Do you think Palpatine's... Well, we know Palpatine's crazy. Let's not even go there. Sign in the comments below and let us know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed this 2-part Truth and Legends theory. We will see you next time on Rebel Scum Podcast real soon. Until then, may the Force be with you.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.